Hi all, welcome to the fourth week of Chem 3160 Organic Chemistry Laboratory Concepts, and congratulations for reaching this far. So this week we will only have two chapters to be covered. So basically we will talk about chapters 21 and 22, infrared spectroscopy for chapter 21 and nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy in chapter 22. So as you can see that I actually divide the tasks for each week according to the topics where they belong to. In other words, what are the major classifications of the topic. For part one, like for example, I divided it on topics regarding the introduction to the organic laboratory. Part two is about carrying out chemical reactions. Part three is about the basic methods for separation, purification, and analysis. And part four is about chromatographic techniques, which is actually just last week. And now for part five, about spectrometric methods, I actually divided it into two weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And this week we're going to cover the first two portions of the spectrometric methods, infrared spectroscopy and nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy. Chapter 21, infrared spectroscopy or IR. Here you will deal with topics regarding the IR spectra, as well as molecular vibrations and IR instrumentations. You will also be introduced on how to operate an FTIR spectrometer and how to prepare samples for transmission IR spectroscopy, and also for attenuated total reflectance spectroscopy or ATR spectroscopy. And most importantly, for chapter 21, you need to know how to interpret the IR spectra. And in your Moodle, I actually uploaded there a guide on how to interpret the IR spectra. And also, we will deal with the IR peaks of major functional groups, which actually is a necessary topic on how to interpret the IR spectra, and also a procedure for interpreting the IR spectra, which I just mentioned a few seconds ago, and the sources of confusions and common pitfalls in the IR method, or IR procedure, rather. Chapter 22 is an introduction to a nuclear magnetic resonance or NMR spectroscopy. Here, you will be introduced with the concepts regarding the instrumentation for the NMR and how to prepare samples for the NMR analysis, the summary of steps involved in preparing an NMR sample, and how to interpret a proton NMR spectra, and how many types of proton are present for a given compound, and how to count protons, the integration process, the chemical shift, and the quantitative estimation of chemical shifts, the spin-spin coupling, the splitting process, and also the sources of confusion and common pitfalls. Similar to the IR topic, I also gave a step-by-step guide on how to interpret actually the NMR spectra.